Jackie and Mohammed, thank you so much for putting this together on behalf of the Queen's Chamber so much. We really appreciate it. I want to give thanks to Manly Lin from the Small Business Administration. At the Queen's Chamber of Commerce, we truly believe, and we want to always thank our public servants. The electeds are the electeds for what they are. They are elected officials. But I also want to make sure we give a shout out and a thanks to all those who are either appointed or the employees of our government agencies. I'm going to tell you about maybe one of the hardest working people in business, and that is Manly Lin. We have probably done, I'm going to say, in excess of 10 to 15 different Facebook Live or Zoom events where Manly has jumped up and said, let me come out and talk to your members, talk to those in the Queens business community about all the things going on at the SBA. She is a true public servant. We are indebted to her. And one more comment about the SBA. During the height of the pandemic back in March and April, when the first tranche of the PPP was released, I can tell you that there was a lot of grief back and forth between the banks and the general public. But to the SBA's credit, they processed more applications in 14 days than they had in the previous 14 years. So my hat is off to them for helping our small businesses. I know many people, Manly. Please tell your staff, please tell your friends at the SBA, your coworkers, your hard work in getting people the PPP or the EIDL was the difference between them losing everything and being able to stay afloat until this pandemic wanes. I think we're now seeing light at the end of the tunnel. I'm looking forward to the vaccination process speeding up with more supply and so on. But again, I want to thank you, Manly Lin, for all of your hard work, and all of our viewers who are out there today. Keep on keeping on. Hang in there. We're almost at the end of this thing. And the SBA and the federal government is here to help you, as well as the Queen's Chamber of Commerce. So without further ado, the microphone is all yours. Manly, thanks again.
Thank you, Tom. Queen's Chamber of Commerce actually, help us to deliver the information to the community. This is the least we can do to help all the business that need help. Okay, thank you. So today, actually, I'm going to talk about coronavirus relief options. Actually, SBA right now is managing 5 programs. So most people only know PPP and EIDL. So maybe you know that actually there's other programs actually you can apply. So the first thing I just want to share with you, we found many people actually they received a letter from SBA's disaster center, say they have to start repay the EIDL loan, but they never applied. So if you are one of those, somebody just use your name to apply for the EIDL, please do following 2 things. You should contact SBA's disaster center first to solve that problem. They will eliminate those payment letters from you. The other one, you have to report to the Federal Trade Commission. So if you think actually somebody used your identity to apply for EIDL. So there are 5 programs actually, especially I think today I will focus on the PPP changes that actually the president announced on February 22nd. So as PPP right now is still open, okay? So, but from last week, February 24th to March 9th, all the lenders only accept application from those entities, business, nonprofit organization that with less than 19, okay, 20. So it doesn't count. If you are 19, actually you are eligible for this before March 9th. So we will focus on to help those small business. And then if you are applying for the second PPP, then we will have some changes, okay? So this is announced on February 22nd. So the first thing is actually the White House, they announced actually in 2021, the PPP actually programs is improved because want to help the small business. So actually right now for the first months actually, those businesses have fewer than 10 employees right now, up to nearly 60%. And for those businesses in the rural areas right now, is nearly 30%. And all those borrowers, actually, they borrow from CDFI and those MDI, actually right now up to 40%. So really, SBA want to help those tiny small businesses that actually need help. So there are 5 changes that announced by White House, and SBA right now is implementing them. So the first change, I already mentioned, that start from February 24th to March 9th, midnight, actually only for those business with less than 20 employees to apply. So all the lenders only focus on those smallest business, okay? So for SBA, what we are doing right now is if you already submit your application to your lenders, right now, actually, we still process them. So you don't have to resubmit them because only one number was were assigned to each of the borrowers, okay? And then next one, actually, when you count your employees, when you apply, count employees, actually including all the employees, full-time, part-time, or seasonal. So actually your payroll costs actually will be higher. Then the second change from White House announced actually is those sole proprietors, independent contractors, and self-employed individuals, actually, they will be able to receive more financial support, especially those home repair contractors, beautifications, and the small independent trailers, okay, retailers, those small business, actually. Right now, they can use actually the different calculate ways. So I will show you next one what SBA is doing right now. Okay, the calculation formula is changed. Also, we're set aside $1 billion actually for those business actually. If you don't have any employee, okay, and located in the low and moderate income areas, actually, we have set aside $1 billion for you. So this is what SBA is doing. If you are a Schedule C filer, then right now you can use your 1040 Schedule C line 7. Line 7 is gross income amount. And before they ask you to use line 31. 31 is for the net income. So I think most of the borrowers actually gross income is higher than the net income. So this is actually where improve actually your number of your loan. And I already mentioned, later I will show you actually there is a map actually for those located in the low and moderate income areas. We have set aside $1 billion for you. The third change that announced by White House is, if any business owners own more than 20% of the business, if they have they had an arrest on convictions for felony related financial assistance fraud within the previous 5 years, or any other felony within the previous years, they are not eligible for the PPP loan. So now we change that. So eliminate the second restriction, the 1 year look back, unless those applicants or owner is incarcerated at the time of the application. So SBA right now, okay, so in March, SBA will eliminate those restrictions that I mentioned, who have prior non-fraud convictions. But those actually in the past 5 years, if they have an arrest or conviction for felony fraud, or they are currently incarcerated, still not eligible for PPP. Okay, but for the past 1 year, actually, if not financial fraud related those records actually still available. Now we look at number 4 change. Okay, number 4 change is because some business owners, okay, own more than 20% of the business, and they currently delinquent or has defaulted within the last 7 years of the federal debt, including student loan. So we know a lot of people, they own student loan. So right now, actually, that will be eliminated. So for SBA, okay, so any owners own more than 20% of the business because they owe the student loan debt. Actually, right now we'll remove the hold codes from Department of Treasury. Actually, they have a do not pay database. So right now, if you are on that list, actually, SBA's website, actually, for the lenders, the platform will have a hold code. So those lenders cannot process your application. So now SBA will start, from March. So today is the March, where we'll be able to remove those hold codes. Means your lenders actually can get through those platform and get SBA's approval. So that's a very good news. So SBA have to work with Department of Treasury and Department of Education for that. That's why maybe need sometimes. And the last change will be those we know a lot of business owners actually they pay tax with their IT numbers, taxpayer identification numbers. Okay, before actually they have to use their company's tax ID number or social security number. Now actually they can use the IT numbers. So here, okay, so means as long as actually you pay tax, okay, you can prove that you have IT numbers that you prove that actually you pay tax. So right now, actually, you will be able to apply for PPP loan. So those are all the changes, good news. There are 2 websites right now. One is on SBA's website. The other one is on Treasury Department's website, where have the new information. And other than those 5 changes, actually, the White House also announced right now, actually, because a lot of fraud actually in 2020's PPP loan. So right now, SBA have different procedure. They want to prevent those fraud even before before SBA's just give us loan number and prove them. So SBA have a fraud check, and the Department of Treasury have a do not pay database, and we check the public records. So make sure that actually only those business or nonprofit organization that actually they are really qualified for the PPP can get the PPP and protect the taxpayers' money too. Okay. Also, they contact the business organizations, a lot of nonprofit organizations and community leaders, and also very important, they talk to lenders. So right now, that's why not just push out the programs. They want to make sure that everything is smoothly, okay, and won't change from time to time. So here, I just want to review, okay, so remind people actually, so far, actually, they haven't changed the deadline to apply. So the last day applies actually will be March 31st right now, okay. So I hope that actually if you haven't applied your first or second PPP loan, actually you should prepare all the documents because there are a lot of improvements actually for the PPP loan. For example, like before 60% of the loan proceed you should use on the payroll cost, and 40% you should use on the non-payroll cost. Before, the non-payroll cost only include mortgage, interest, rent, and utilities. But now they added the workers' protection cost. If you buy PPE for your workers or your facility need, to do some improvement actually to protect your workers and customers. Actually, those can be included in your non-payroll cost to apply for the PPP forgiveness. Also, if you have uninsured property damage cost caused by routing or vandalism during 2020, that can be included. And certain supplier costs can be included too. The last one, actually, I think a lot of borrowers need that. If you upgrade your computer, you need to buy software, cloud computing, or other programs for your human resources or accounting systems. Actually, now can all be included in your non-payroll cost. And the other things I just want to remind all the borrowers that actually you have to apply for the forgiveness, then change the loan to a grant. Okay, so you have to do the right things to spend your loan proceed on the right track. Okay, so right now actually the second round of PPP, you can choose your cover period. So you can choose any number between 8 and 24, those weeks actually for your cover period. So you can make sure that actually you can use up all the monies, actually 60% on payroll costs during your cover period. So that's very, very important for you, okay? Because right now those expenses actually expanded, like those I mentioned for the PPE. So some of the borrowers, if you apply for the first PPP, maybe some of the borrowers actually they return partially or fully of their first PPP. Maybe right now actually you can reapply for the increase. Okay. So this is the important days that actually the last day that actually is not for the borrowers to submit to your lender. It's for lenders to submit to SBA. That will be the March 31st. So all the borrowers should give your lenders a few days. They have to prepare your documents and also fill out the form they submit to SBA. So what's the first drop PPP? Okay, means you didn't get the PPP loan in 2020. Okay, so that's your first PPP. Okay, so I already mentioned actually a lot of improving for the second round of PPP. You can use more money actually in your protection for your customers. The other change is there are 4 new groups actually, group of business or nonprofit organization, they can apply for the PPP. So housing cooperative, destination marketing organizations, 501c6, and eligible news organizations, actually they can apply for 2021's PPP. And of course, originally you were eligible in 2020. Your small business, your sole proprietors, independent contractors, self-employed individuals, and 501c3 and 19, and tribal business. Of course, you are eligible. So the second drop PPP, there is a big changes, okay? Originally, actually, everybody, no matter what industry you were in, actually, you only get 2.5 months of your average monthly payroll cost. Now, if your next code begin with 72, those are the like hotel and restaurant business. Actually, you can get 1 month more than other industry. So you will get 3.5 times of your average monthly payroll. And the other good things you can choose, you use 2019 or 2020 payroll cost to see which one is higher. but maximum is $2 million. That's the second Drop PPP, means you got your first PPP in 2020, and now you want to apply for the second PPP. So there are eligibility, okay, requests. So first things, actually, of course, you already received your first PPP, and you will, or you have used up your PPP loan before your second PPP dispersed to you. Okay, you have to make sure that you can use up all those loan proceeds. And also you have fewer than 300 employees. And the last one, you have to prove that actually at least one quarter in 2020 that actually you have more than 25% reduction in your gross receipt compared to 2019. Okay, so so this is the three requirements that actually if you want to apply for the second PPP. Okay, I make this table for you because some of the business actually just started the business, not the whole year, not operating, operating the whole year in 2019. So for example, this one, the green color means you were in operation, okay, the whole year, 4 quarters. So you can use any quarters in 2020, but have to compare to the same quarter, okay, in 2019, need to have more than 25% reduction of your, income. Then if you started your business actually in the third quarter of 2019, then you can use any quarter in 2020 to compare to third quarter or fourth quarter. You can choose either one, okay? If your business started in the fourth quarter in 2019, you can use any quarter in 2020 to compare to the fourth quarter. If you're really a new business actually started in 2020, the first quarter, then you can use the second, third, or fourth quarter to compare to the first quarter. So that's the calculation. Forgiveness, actually, there are some good news too. So right now, SBA doesn't have to deduct your idle advance from your forgiveness amount. So if you already be deducted, actually, the SBA is working with the, they were working with the lenders actually to send you the new information. Okay, and also forgiven PPP loan right now actually are not taxable income. Okay, so when I think right now everybody is preparing for the to file your 2020's tax. So PPP loan actually is not taxable, and also those expenses that you claim for your payroll actually is not tax deductible before, right? So right now actually is tax deductible. Okay, so that's good news. Okay, and also we simplify the forgiveness application form. So if your loan is of 150,000 or less, actually we have a simplified form. So that's make it very easy. So what you should do right now, okay? So if you're going to apply for the PPP loan, first draw or second draw, you can find the lenders list. Also, SBA have a lender match link. You can enter your zip code, and actually the lenders actually in your area, they can contact you, or you can search them and contact them. Okay, if you need assistance or one-on-one counseling, actually you can find our resource partner. We have 3 resource partners: Small Business Development Center, Women Business Center, and SCORE. They can provide you free one-on-one counseling. Okay, the second program that I would like to talk about is EIDL. Okay, so EIDL is economic injury disaster loan. So that's a loan. Okay, that's a disaster loan. There is no forgiveness actually for idle. So this one actually, the idle actually is to cover. Okay, is to cover your operating cost. So actually you should apply for both, and you can apply for both idle and PPP, and then use the PPP money to cover your payroll cost, and use idle actually to pay your operating cost. Okay, so that's easier to manage actually for you and for your lender. Okay, so this is a loan. So actually the interest rate for business is 3.75%. And for nonprofit organization is 2.75%. But it's a long term actually, 30 years. So actually we calculate actually most of the business, they pay less than $100 per month. Okay. So you can use the cover your working capital. Those obligations, those bills actually normally you have to pay every month and you have no problem, but now you really need assistance. So that's the money is for. So if they approve your application, and they will send you an email, ask you how much you want to accept. Okay, so that's good. And you don't have to accept it. When you were approved, you think you're okay, you don't need that loan, then you don't have to accept it. If you accept more than $25,000, actually they will ask for collateral. So if you less than 25,000, you don't have to provide a collateral. Okay, so I think a lot of people, they confuse because idle they think is forgivable. Actually, idle have two parts. Okay, in 2020, idle have a regular loan, disaster loan. Okay, and there is the other part they call idle advance. Actually, that's actually to help people before they got their PPP loan. So the idle advance is they give you $1,000 for each of your employees, and maximum is up to $10,000. But unfortunately, actually, a lot of applicants actually they didn't get the idle advance because the money ran out. So actually SBA right now got the second round of the idle funds. So I will explain, there is a new programs actually, it's actually right now it's going on. Okay, so this is the website that you can apply for the idle. There are 5 steps. It's very easy. Just answer the questions. I just want to tell you how easy they are. And I also mentioned that you don't have to accept if you think actually you don't need it. So just choose your business structures, okay, and answer those questions. You don't have to all this, okay. So you just review, like for example, you're not engaged in any illegal activities, those questions. You don't have to submit any documents. They will contact you. They will review your case, and if they need more information or documents, actually they will contact you. Then you have to reply within 7 days. Otherwise, they will just send you a denied letter. Then you have to apply for the request for reconsideration. Okay, so but I encourage everybody to apply. Okay, so we have SBA right now actually is doing this. Okay, there's a new programs called Target Idle Advance, but only for those already applied in 2020. Okay, right now you cannot apply for the Idle Advance for the 2021. So there are 2 groups actually. SBA will contact those already applied in 2020. Okay, the first group will be those located in a low-income community, and they have fewer than 300 employees, and they can apply. They can show proof that actually they have more than 30% reduction in revenue. Okay, during an 8 weeks period beginning on March 2nd, 2020. So you don't have to contact SBA's disaster center. They will contact you, okay? Because they already have all your information. So later, slides actually, they have a lot of questions. They have the FAQs sections for those actually. The second priority groups are those I already mentioned because the funds ran out. So a lot of borrowers actually, they didn't receive their EIDL advance. That's a grant, okay? The grants actually, that part you don't have to repay. So EIDL advance is a grant. So SBA will contact you, okay? So you just have to be, just have to be patient waiting for them to contact you. So this is all the FAQs. I won't go to the details because SBA will contact you directly. So you don't have to know how to apply. Just tell you, the first groups and second group priority, and right now they already started. The good news actually, they also tell you what you should prepare. Okay, some documents like 4506, those permission for SBA to get your tax information from IRS. Okay, so this is for the program criteria. I just want to show you the last one. This is the one. A lot of people contact me, say, no, I want to find out if I'm located in the low income area. So finally, okay, the map actually is released. So this is the map that you can go there. You can enter your address actually, and to see if you are in those areas that actually you will be eligible. The good news that in those low income areas, business and can prove 30% reduction. Originally, some of them already got the advance, but they according to their numbers of employees. But now everybody actually in those low income qualified areas, actually everybody will get $10,000 for the advance. Okay, so if you have questions, actually you can contact. Okay, there is a number and also have an email address. You can contact them, but you just be patient waiting for them, because right now the disaster center, they are also preparing for the shelter venue operator grant. Okay, so this one actually is the first time that SBA have the grant. Usually SBA disaster center provide disaster loan. So right now they have to establish a new system, a computer, a website for applicant. Okay, so this is a specific program. This is a grant for a shelter venue operator. Okay, so only industries actually on the list actually can apply. The live venue operator or promoters, theatrical producers, live performing art organization operators, and the museum operators, zooms, and aquariums that have to meet those specific criteria, motion picture theater operators, and talent representative. And also any entities that actually owned by this eligible entity also meet the eligibility requirement. Okay. The second requirement is have to be in operation on February 29th, 2020. And that's why right now we want to let people know that actually about this program, because the requirement is must not have received a PPP loan on or after December 27, 2020. Means you cannot get the second PPP. Okay, if you think SBO grant actually is better for you, then you should wait and don't apply for the PPP loan. So How much actually for the SBO grant? There are two groups actually. If you were in operation on January 1st, 2019, means you began your business before that, then you can get 45% of your 2019's gross earned revenue. And then if after January 1st, 2019, you can get 6 months of your average monthly gross revenue. Only count those full months. If partial months actually doesn't count in your 2019's operation. So they make very clear because they just say you only can choose SVOG or PPP. So this is the answer actually. A lot of people say, can I apply for this and then wait to see the other one? They say entities must make an informed business decision. Okay, so see which program will benefit you more. If an applicant is rejected by one program, then you can eligible to apply for the other. But so far, we don't know when the SVOG will start accepting the application. Okay, so I think there's a decision that actually those qualified business actually they have to consider. Cannot receive your PPP, okay, after December 27. So this is the plan right now, okay? So the first 14 days, as soon as they open the window to apply, the first 14 days will be for those entities suffered more than 90% their reduction of their revenue from April 2020 to December 2020. Okay, then the following 14 days will be the second priority are for those more than 70% revenue loss between April 2020 to December. And then the following group will be third priority are for those entities that actually suffered more than 25 revenue loss. Okay, and then if there's still funding available, those recipients of first and second priority, if you can prove that actually you suffered a 70%, more than 70% loss for the most recent calendar quarter, this is count from April 1st, okay, then can get supplemental funding. Okay, so this is how can use the grant. Okay, so I won't go to the details because right now actually we're still waiting for the final application form and the details. So this is just tell you those monies cannot be used for buying real estate or make loans or make do the investment or do the political contribution. Okay, and this is you have to keep the records. This is we already mentioned. It's very important if you get a PPP loan, the second one after December 27, 2020, then you are not eligible for the SVOG. Okay, so this is all the disqualification if you you meet this situation. Okay, but also want to share with you, if you know anybody or you are qualified, actually right now it's critical times for you to prepare. You need to get your DUNS number, and you also have to register in SAM. SAM is a database that all the business or nonprofit organization want to do business with government or to get financial assistance from government have to be in that database. So DUNS number, you need 2 to 3 days to get it. And you need to be activated, actually approved by the SAM at least 2 weeks. So actually that take you, about 3 weeks to get ready to apply. So have to do that as soon as possible. Okay. And also you have to get those documents to calculate your employees number. The reason that actually have to do to calculate your employees is if you have fewer than 50 employees, actually there is a $2 billion set aside, okay, for those entities have fewer than 50 employees. So here they say they have different calculation from the PPP's forgiveness for the full-time, for the FTE. Okay, so that's something that actually will come with the new form, okay, for this grant. Okay, so collect all the information, you know, as much as possible, even for floor plans and contract copies, actually, because you have to prove actually those locations and your facility actually meet the requirement. Okay, the next programs actually is SBA have an Express Bridge Loan that actually if you have an urgent need, actually you need to borrow money. For example, your landlord asks you have to pay right away. You can borrow up to $25,000. The turnaround time is 48 hours. So that one can help you for the emergency situation. The next one I want to talk about is SBA have a debt relief program right now. I really encourage you to apply for those loans. Okay, a lot of people send me the email say, you know, I applied for PPP, I got idle too, but I still need more money because I need to, you know, expand and do a lot of things. So this is what you need to do right now. Okay. Last year, 2020, actually, SBA for pay for those already got SBA's 7A, 504, and micro loan. I will explain those loans later because I want you to understand what's available for you and then apply right now. So last year, actually, SBA paid for those borrowers already borrowed, okay? Pay for them for 6 months. 6 months, including principal, interest, and all the fees, because that's they know that actually a lot of business cannot doesn't have the ability to repay the debt. Okay, so this year they would do the same thing, but it's more complicated. You can see here, divide by 3, 4 different groups. The good news here, okay, we don't look at those in the past. We look at in the future. So if you can apply for those loans approved and funded before September 20th, actually you can get, now they lower. Okay, originally they say they can pay for 6 months. Okay, but now they lower to 3 months because the funds is not enough. Okay, so they will pay for you for 6 months of your interest, principal, and all the fees. Okay, so that's a lot. So you can see here, actually, this is for already got the loan. Okay, so if your next code is one of these, actually they were they already approved for 3 months of payment. Now they will give you pay for you actually 3 months additional. So now actually they just announced actually they lower from 5 months to 3 months. Okay, so actually they would pay for those borrowers up to 6 months. Okay, so the up to the maximum is capped at $9,000 a month. So actually that's like a grant. Okay, that's why I really encourage you. I'm going to talk about those 3 programs. You can talk to the SBA participating lenders. Not all the PPP lenders, actually, they can make this loan. Only those originally work with SBA for the SBA Guarantee Loan, okay? So most of the banks, actually, if you need to see the list, actually, you can go to sba.gov/ny. That's our office, actually. We have a resource guide, have a lenders, actually, in New York actually for you, or you can send me an email. I can send you the link. So normally, okay, before the pandemic, SBA actually we offer loan guarantee to the lenders. Okay, we work with lenders. We guarantee to the lenders. So in case small business actually cannot repay the debt, SBA will pay for the borrowers to the lenders up to 85%. That's why a lot of lenders actually, if they think the it's too risky to lend the money to the small business, actually, they would submit your loan package to SBA to see if SBA can guarantee to them, okay, for those loans. That's why, a lot of cases, actually, those borrowers, they were disqualified, but because the SBA willing to guarantee, so actually they got the loan. Okay, so that's how it works. So you don't have to contact SBA. You should go to two places. The first one is your lenders. Okay. And not everybody need SBA guarantee loan. If you go to your lenders usually, those banks usually, they have their own products. They have their own loan. If you qualify for their loan, actually, they are willing to lend you the loan. So you don't need SBA's guarantee loan. Okay, so this is ineligible businesses. I won't go to the detail. I believe everybody is qualified, but there is one I want to mention is real estate investment. Okay, if you are a real estate management company, that's a genuine business, but SBA's financing actually doesn't make loan to those investors. Okay, so 7A loan you can see here. You can use the proceeds for almost everything, even include refinance debt for compelling reasons. Okay, buy working capital inventory, or expand the renovations, even buy the buildings, furnitures. Okay, you can use the 7A loan. And you can borrow up to $5 million. I think actually this year they will raise up to $10 million. The interest rate is prime rate plus 2.25 to 2.75. So actually it's not lower than the bank's loan. That's why I say if your banks are willing to lend you the money, take it, okay? Because SBA is not competing with the lenders, okay? And I think right now actually all the fees are eliminated. We also have Express Loan, is up to $350,000. Actually, last year raised up to 1 million, but I think now is going to back, or they will stay that. Okay, this is only made from SBA's express lender. Okay, we call preferred lender. So actually, most of the big banks actually they make this loan. Okay. So next one, I want to really encourage you understand this loan, and this is a good chance, especially in New York. 504 loan. 504 loan is a very special loan, specific for you to a business to buy the building or land or machinery. Okay, so the requirement is if you buy a property, you have to use more than 51% for your own business. 40-something% you can rent out. Okay, the beauty of this program, number one, you only pay 10% down. If a new business have to pay up to 15%. But I want to emphasize, 504 loan is not for startups. Okay, only those like doctor's office they may get the 504 loan. Okay, but most is not for startups. So you pay 10% to 15%. SBA will lend you 40%, and we will find the lender lend you 50%. And the second beauty is if in New York State, actually you don't have to pay mortgage recording tax. And this is a 25 years fixed interest rate loan. Okay, so the Okay, a lot of people will ask, then how much can you borrow? Okay, can go up to $12 million. So if you see, especially now, a lot of business come to Manhattan actually to buy the property, they can use 504 loan. So you pay 10% down, you get the property. You can rent out 40 something percent. You can use the rent to pay the mortgage. Okay, so I really encourage you, especially I think everybody already see the biggest burdens for the business right now is rent, okay, especially in New York. So if you can afford, those 10% down, you should think about that. I also want to introduce you, not just get assistance, okay, I hope that actually you can get this funding, okay. This is a grant. Grants for R&D, not for you to start a business or operate your business. It's do the R&D, research and development. You don't have to be a scientist, okay. This is only applied, only small business can apply. Then you can use the funds actually to hire a scientist or researcher. Okay, we call the researcher to do the R&D. Okay, so I already see many business actually they got this funding. So the first one is Small Business Innovation Research Program, and the second one is Technology Transfer Program. So SBA, we coordinate 11 government agency participate in this program. You can see Department of Education and Health and Human Services. I believe actually a lot of the industry actually they can do this kind of different projects. It's not you invented something, then a lot of people came to me say, I invented this, can I get funding from government? This is a program that government, they will post what projects they hope that small business can do for them. Okay, so like a National Science Foundation, they don't even tell you actually what kind of projects they are looking for. If you are very creative, if you see there is a need and there is something that actually you can create, actually you can submit to them. Okay, so a lot of the information you can see, okay, $3.2 billion actually spent every year on SBIR, $450 million actually in STTR. Every year have more than 5,000 small businesses actually got this funding. Okay, so this is the agency, just to show you, of course, like Department of Defense usually is the biggest one. Okay, then Health and Human Services, then NASA and Department of Education, National Science Foundation. Okay, they all have very interesting. When they post the projects, they don't tell you exactly what they are looking for. They post a problem. Okay, a problem. They hope that actually you can solve that problem. So there are 3 phases actually in these programs. The phase 1 actually you can got up to 250K within 1 year, and then the second phase actually 2 years actually go up to $1.5 million. And then third phase actually that's commercialization, means you already create something that can be produced, can be used by the community. Okay, so actually there is no SBIR funding, so you have to consider actually if you can get investor, or you can sell to the government agency, or you can get government contracts actually to have those commercialization. And then STTR actually there are 5 government agency participate. These programs actually, the small business have to find a nonprofit research institution to work together. So small business have to do at least 40% of the research. And then nonprofit organization, most are colleges. We know a lot of colleges actually they have they participate in this. So work with college, and then they have to do more than 30%. So the last one, I just want to share with you, encourage you to get government contract. Okay, so today I don't go to the detail. I just want to tell you, federal government actually require all the agency, if they purchase actually more than 23% of their purchase have to buy from small business, 5% have to buy from small disadvantaged business, 3% have to buy from hub zone is historically underutilized business zone, and 3% for service disabled veterans, and 5% for women-owned business. So actually, so if you are a women and disadvantaged business, actually you have 10% set aside for you. Okay. The other huge market, actually, I know a lot of business haven't explored yet, is the global market. Okay, so I will have the webinars about, because I'm the international trade officer for our office. So I hope that actually you can come to learn, because actually more than 96% of the consumers actually are outside of US. So actually you should try to reach out them, and also government have assistance for you. So SBA, we have 3 international trade loans. You can borrow up to $5 million to help you. Okay, and also we work with state. Actually, even you participate in a trade mission, or the best things actually right now for New York State, we have STEP STEP program. If you are planning to to sell to the global market, actually exporting, they help you to improve your website, and also translation for you. Okay, do the translation so your website can reach out to different parts of the global market. So I hope that actually you can join me to learn. Especially this month is the Women's History Month. So I have 3. I also have one with Queen's Chamber. We want to help women-owned business to get government contract and can do business with the global market. Okay, so that concludes my presentation today. A lot of information. So actually, I will send you the PowerPoint. Okay, thank you so much.
Once again, thank you for taking time out of your busy day in order to give this presentation, Manui. At the Chamber, we constantly get questions about these topics, which is completely understandable given the times you're in, but they're sometimes difficult for us to answer. So we're really happy that you can work with us in order to get this information out to the community. For the viewers, thank you all for attending today. This webinar is going to be uploaded to the Queen's Chamber of Commerce YouTube page by the end of the day, today or tomorrow. To see more events from the Queen's Chamber, please take a look at our website, www.queenschamber.org. Thank you all. Stay safe and stay healthy.